Hey, IQ Kid here to talk about the definition of the derivative. Definition of a derivative. Okay, so to get to this definition, let's start by writing the following limit. The limit as x approaches a of f of x minus f of a all over x minus a. Now by tweaking this a little bit, we can get this limit. The limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. Now using this, we can get the actual definition of a derivative, and that is the derivative of f of x with respect to x is the function f prime of x and is defined as the following. F prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. This is what you're going to want to copy down. Okay. So once you're done copying that down, we're going to do an example. Alright, let's do an example. In this example, we're going to find the derivative of the following function using the definition of the derivative. Okay, so the function we're going to use is going to be f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 6x minus 27. Okay, so step 1 is to write the definition of a derivative. So y'all would already know that, but it is f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay. And then step 2 is to plug in the original function into the definition of the derivative. Okay, so doing that, we're going to get f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 3 times x plus h squared. So as you can see, we're going to replace x in the original function with x plus h. So then plus 6 times x plus h minus 27. So that quantity minus the original function, which was 3x squared plus 6x minus 27, all over h. Okay, so then step 3, we're going to simplify. So step 3, simplify. So let's rewrite the equation. 5 over f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared plus 6x plus 6h minus 27 minus 3x squared minus 6x plus 27 all over h. So as you might have noticed, a lot of these are going to cancel. So that's our next step, or our next part of this step. So f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 6xh plus 3h squared plus 6h all over h. So then for step 4, we're going to factor and cancel h. Okay, so if you factor out h, you'll get f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of h times 6x plus 3h plus 6 all over h. So then we cancel the h's, and then in step 5 we compute the limit. Okay, so f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 6x plus 3h plus 6, and we plug in the h to get f prime of x is equal to 6x plus 3 times 0, 0 plus 6, and then f prime of x is equal to 6x plus 6 for a final answer. Okay, so let's do another example. And this example is going to be a little more complicated just because the numbers, but for the most part the same. So let's find the derivative of the following function using the definition of a derivative. Okay, so the function is going to be f of x is equal to 1.25x cubed plus 3x squared plus 12. So for step 1, we're going to write the definition of a derivative. Okay, so f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay, and then for step 2, we're going to plug in. So f prime of x is equal to, let's plug it in and get, the limit as h approaches 0 of 1.25 times the quantity x plus h cubed plus 3 times the quantity of x plus h squared plus 12, and then minus the original function, so 1.25x cubed plus 3x squared plus 12, and then all of that over h. Okay, and then in step 3, we're going to simplify. So step 3, simplify. So f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 1.25x cubed plus 3.75x squared h plus 3.75x h squared plus 1.25 h cubed plus 3x squared plus 6x h plus 3h squared, and then I'm going to bring it down to the next line. So plus 12, and then minus 1.25 x cubed minus 3x squared, and then minus 12, and all of that is over h. So then we're going to f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 3.75 x squared h plus 3.75 x h squared plus 1.25 h cubed plus 6x h. All over h. Okay, so in step 4, we're going to factor and cancel h. So f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of h times 3.75x squared plus 3.75x h plus 1.25 h cubed plus 6x all over h. So then we cancel out the h's. And then step 5 is to compute the limit. So f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 3.75 x squared plus 3.75 x h plus 1.25 h squared plus 6x. And we plug in h, and then we get f prime of x is equal to 3.75x squared plus 3.75x times 0, where the h was, and plus 1.25 times 0 squared, again where the h was, and plus 6x. So then your final answer is going to be 3.75x squared plus 6x. So here is your final answer. Okay, so once you get all that down, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me through the email in the description. If you have an idea for my next video, please let me know and I'll make it as soon as possible. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to make each day brighter than the last. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, IQ Kid signing off.